And it's such a tremendous pleasure for me to be here on behalf of the International Foundation Manifesta. I'm sorry to speak English, but my Portuguese is still not so well. Hopefully I will learn it. Thank you, Minister Margarida Balseiro Lopez, Mayor Silva, Vice Rector Professor Leon, and thank you, Carlos, for your wonderful start of our collective venture. Coming together today for the formal signing of the hosting agreement is the beginning of an exciting collaboration between Manifesta and the city of Coimbra, initiated by the Anno Zero Biennial, an amazing platform for international and local cultural artistic interventions. Why are we here? Why are we in Coimbra? Well, due to the vibrant and energetic areas and atmosphere in the city, I have to say, 2 biennials have taken up the opportunity to merge for one edition with the ambition to reinforce each other, to focus on knowledge production, which is not so difficult with this wonderful university, and to exchange into something extraordinary. This is why the board of Manifesta selected the city of Coimbra as the next host city, number 17, in 2028. And it is in this remarkable geopolitical moment and the urban context of Coimbra and its region that Manifesta positioned itself in a new format. Not just as an art biennial, but as a constellation of collaborative practices and as a mechanism for urban and cultural regeneration. That's why we are here in the Rua de Sofia, an important crossroad with great historical, social meaning, which hopefully will play a large role in the upcoming edition. I would like to really thank the Minister, the Mayor, the Vice Rector, and Carlos for the immense effort which has been done the last year to ensure that Manifesta 17 becomes a reality in Coimbra. We had some other competitive cities, but happily the board chose Coimbra. And it was with great joy that we welcomed many stakeholders from Coimbra and from Portugal to Manifesta 15, Manifesta 15, which took place last year in Barcelona and its metropolitan region, where we collaborated with a fantastic curator from Portugal, Filipa Oliveira, who was member of our artistic team. What is Manifesta? There she is. Wonderful, the last moment. Manifesta is the European nomadic biennial. It started after the fall of the Berlin Wall to bring East and West, North and South together. It's every 2 years held in a different city. Each edition investigates the host city's cultural, urban, environmental conditions, while, and this is important, engaging with local citizens and communities in thinking and re-evaluating how do we live, work, and see the future of Europe together, which I'm sorry to say is more important at the moment we speak, according to us. What makes Manifesta so special, and how can we look forward to what we can achieve in Coimbra? Perhaps I may take you a little bit back to Manifesta 15 in Barcelona and the impact it had on the metropolitan region, because we were there in 12 cities, 16 venues. What did we have to prove? That decentralization of cultural infrastructure can be beneficial for the citizens, the region, and the economy and the connection. And we did that with more than 290,000 visits. This edition was not only loved by local people, but also had a great impact on the cultural Catalan infrastructure, which is highlighted last year by 3 of the 16 historical buildings have been bought and acquired and refurbished for future cultural use by the public administration in Catalonia. So it showcases, and this is maybe that Manifesta is not only about art, but also about cultural heritage. We need to be proud of it, like here. We need to transform it into new spaces for connections, because everybody is digital, But you see also here, we need to see each other live. The upcoming edition, because we are already we've left Barcelona, we're now in Germany, in the Ruhr area, mining and steel. We're opening in 2026, next year, with a central new theme, which is rooted in the historical and architectural legacy of abandoned post-war religious places, particularly the churches constructed after 1945. And Manifesta 16 will present a 100-day program of artistic and urban interventions, including new commissions, education program, which hopefully revitalizes those churches. Pantoffelkirche, they say in Germany, which were built in the years after the Second World War as new symbols for democracy. Working with Catalan urbanist Josep Villegas, the creator of the superblock principle in Barcelona, the biennial aims to repurpose and rethink those houses of worship into new cultural spaces to foster dialogue, community cohesion, and artistic intervention. And Manifesta 60 not only hope to put those abandoned churches and the 20,000 abandoned, empty churches in the next 10 years in the entire Germany, but also to put the topic on the political agenda. What do we want with those spaces? And to create possible new ideas for connections and synergies. Many European cities have lost control over the public space and the way people are able to meet each other. I was referring to it. This is why cities are looking on creating renewed communal bonds structured around principles, what we call in architecture proximity. In Barcelona, it is the superblock. In Paris, it's the 15-minute city. In the Ruhr, perhaps it is this structure which was always there since rebuilding the post-war neighborhood with a church as the center point. And this approach can maybe also be part of our mission in Coimbra, to understand the different palimpsest layers of society, of the city, historically, urbanistically, and socially, maybe even touristically. Analyzing how these abandoned spaces, like here in the Rua Sofia, can be reconnected and revitalized for the collective and creative use. This is our ambition. So let me read a little bit out of the report of the International Foundation Manifesta in Amsterdam and its supervisory board, why they selected the city of Coimbra, because as I said, there were other cities. They see that in Coimbra, the social impact could be large by strengthening the voices of the citizens about the transformation of this Rua de Silva and the greening of this street, investigating also the role of the transformative urban generation in the historical town. And I see the mayor is already hard working on this topic. The board also said the cultural impact could be huge. There's so much power, so much energy in Portugal, especially in culture. Maybe the combination of synergizing some international networks, and we were doing a workshop, how can we connect all the European cultural associations also with Coimbra, is part of what is possible here. Let's also talk a little bit about the economic impact. Most Manifesta cities have a return on investment of 2 or 3 times the amount of money the public institutions invested. And therefore it can be seen as a profitable model. Pristina had 4 times the original invested, coming back by taxes. But the most, I think, transgressive element of working for Manifesta in Coimbra with Anno Zero, and this is the collaboration. It is at the heart of this edition. By joining forces, Manifesta and Anno Zero, it's the first time, I think in the art world, that 2 biennials aim to amplify their social and cultural impact, strengthen their legacy, so what comes behind, and demonstrate how collaboration and generosity in the art world may be a little bit more vital than ever, since there is a time of limited resources, strained artistic production, and urgent calls for sustainability. We as Manifesta, therefore, hugely look forward to this endeavor. Here with everybody, all the stakeholders in Coimbra, we look forward to learning a lot from you, building something together, not only for the art world, for the communities, for the citizens, together with the citizens. We thank everybody very much for the gracious invitation, which we shall do our utmost to honor this. Thank you so much.